Hello everyone, JC Guzman here, the Spirit Facilitator, and welcome to another video of Spirit Bits and Bytes. I would like to explain quickly why I decided to change the name of the channel to Spirit Bits and Bytes. As a teacher, I believe that information given to students or audiences has to be given in bits and bytes, in small chunks. Just like in computing, the smallest unit of information or data is a bit, and the next one is a byte, and so on. So from now on, Spirit Bits and Bytes, which, by the way, that is my own nature. That's the way I share information all the time. I have conversations and so on, because I want to be understood completely. Now, yesterday I tried to make this video, but I could never finish it. I tried different times, and my spirit guides stopped me because they said, no, we want you to focus on consciousness. I was going to talk about spirit and physical body and the connection between both, but the plan was a different one. So I'm here and I'm going to start. Remember, in one of my previous videos, I spoke about energy and vibration. Everything is energy, therefore everything vibrates at different frequencies. There are some called subtle energies, and they are very subtle, very unnoticeable, because they vibrate at really high frequency, and they are invisible to the naked human eye. Moving forward, your soul is made out of one of those subtle energies and vibrates at really high frequency. Unlike your body, which is more dense and vibrates at a lower frequency. Now, for the purpose of illustrations, I decided to use this candle holder as your soul, and this candle as you, your physical body, where your physical mind is, and your physical consciousness. Both of these elements have consciousness. Physical consciousness and spiritual consciousness. Let's call it like this for now. I don't want to get into complications. Some people may not agree, but bits and bytes, always. Now, at birth, your soul crosses over from the other side, manifests on this plane, and receives you. Your soul will always hold you, your physical body, not the other way around, like many people still believe that your soul is inside your body. That is not the case. So, the soul holds you all the time until you die, and then your body decays and your beautiful soul continue on its journey. Now, these elements you soul in you have consciousness, but a slightly different type of consciousness. Your body, you have a physical consciousness. It is in your mind, it is in your brain, and it is the ability for you to be aware of your surroundings and everything that goes on. Your soul consciousness, on the other hand, which, by the way, some spiritual people believe or may argue that this consciousness, your spiritual consciousness, for sure it is a bigger consciousness, more subtle, but it resides somewhere above your physical being. But for simplicity and for the purpose of illustration, let's do it this way. Remember, bits and bytes. Two consciousness. This is physical, this is non-physical. At birth, when your soul and you, your body join, there's a perfect communion between both. Therefore, the communication is pure and strong. But as you grow up, society, your family values and beliefs start reshaping you. And you start moving away from your soul in a way, not physically, but some of the energies start to become a little fuzzy. So the communication becomes unclear. In some cases, the communication seems to be lost. And this happens in or during periods when people go through traumatic events, accidents, or very strong energy movements. But when the human start the process of soul searching, then your consciousness recognize that there is something else, that there is a soul, and there is a soul consciousness. This consciousness is always aware of this consciousness, your physical consciousness. But this one is not aware of this one. It used to be aware when you were born. But like I explained, little by little, the communication, the relationship got a little weak. Never lost. But it wasn't there as it was in the beginning. Now, when people go through soul searching or spiritual development, they, using this consciousness, search the other one until they both find each other. Now, let me define what consciousness is in the most simple term I can. This consciousness, your body consciousness, is the ability, your ability to be aware of everything around you, all the events, your own feelings, and so on. This consciousness, which I call, and this is my opinion, this is the soul consciousness. Some spiritual people say that this consciousness sits above your physical consciousness. But to me, it is in your soul, which holds your physical body and therefore your physical consciousness. When you begin your spiritual development, then your physical consciousness begins searching for your soul consciousness until it finds it. That's when people say, "Oh, I became very spiritual." It's because they found their own connection again. And they start moving on a different path in life, serving your soul purpose. Hopefully you understood the concept of consciousness. The reason my guides wanted me to work on this is because we all hear the phrase raise your consciousness. Lately, it's been said many times every single day. The reason is because the world is not doing all right. The planet is not healthy anymore. There are so many things going on the planet, within the planet, that are lowering the planet vibration. And we have to help the planet raise that vibration by raising our own vibration in our consciousness. That is why it's quite important to understand what consciousness is, how it works, and why we need to raise our consciousness. As we raise our consciousness, we raise our vibration. And therefore we help everyone, even the people who are not spiritual, and the planet especially, because there is a high need for that. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you understood more about the consciousness and the reason why As humans, as souls, we have to raise our consciousness to help everything and everyone around. Things are changing rapidly and we need to act fast. I will continue addressing these topics in my following videos because again there's a high need for it. Thanks for watching and please watch my next one. I'll see you again. JC